Alright, so now we're going to rename the files with keywords, and then we're going to go back in and individually update each image within that folder so that we can add additional keyword data to the metadata that we can edit. Alright, so again, the XFer tool gives you a whole bunch of additional fields like these things that we can add metadata to that you don't typically have that ability within, like for example, GeoSetter, or if you're editing them like in Windows by clicking right clicking and then properties and details. Like some of those fields I didn't even see available that are in the XFer tool. So we're going to use it, right? We may as well. However, before we get to that, I want to rename all of those images because the file names are currently like the download file names from Facebook, which are that's not, we don't want it. We don't want that. So we're going to rename them with keywords. We can do it individually, but there's also this free program that I like. It's called Ant Renamer. It's for renaming files and like all the files within a folder very quickly, like all at one time. And it's great for exactly for this. I use it for optimizing image file names, especially when I'm doing like spam campaigns and I need a bunch of images, and I'll scrape images and then rename all of them with a list of keywords that I've pulled from something like Power Suggest Pro. So that's what I'm going to do here. Here's the download link, guys. If you want to go download it, it's free. This is what it looks like where the downloader page is, excuse me. Alright, so let's get into this. Alright, so I open this up. This is the little Ant Renamer tool, and what I want to do is go to add files or folders, either one. Let's try folders. I haven't done that in a while and see what happens there. Let's go to, doesn't look like I'm going to find it. If I don't see my Google Drive folder, no I don't, so let's just go to files. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and select all. So I'm going to Control A and open. And there you go. There's all the files in there that we're going to update. Go to Actions. Okay, so I want to go take names from list. And you can see right here that we have the ability to add keywords in here. And so let's go back just real quick and take a look at the files that we have available. Looks like 17 files. So what we want to do is grab 17 keywords, all right, and then go to Actions, take name from list, and paste 17 keywords in here. Now I should have keywords from right here that we can grab. So we'll start with these. I think there's 8 here to start with. Those are the primary keywords. So we'll come back, paste these in, and then we'll grab, let's see, we need another, 9 keywords. So we'll just grab a few at random. Sorry, I got some noisy ass person outside. Let's see how many that is. Looks like 15 and we needed 17. So we need 2 more. Copy that one. We'll do 1 more. Charlottesville taxi to airport, we'll go with that one. There's a lot of airport keywords for taxi services, so we're going to hammer away on that. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and click go. And it should only take a second, and then we should be able to actually go look at that. And if we refresh this, you can see how it looks like everything was updated. It looks like we missed one. So we'll just go manually rename that one with just a different keyword. Let me find one. Must have miscounted. Okay, so it looks like everything has been updated now. You guys see that? So it's a great way to update all of the keywords all at one, or excuse me, all of the file names at one time, just using Ant Renamer. Very simple program. I'm going to go ahead and close that down. All right, so now what we're going to do is I actually tried to use the XFer tool, guys, now after I've renamed all these files. The problem is I'm afraid that it's going to overwrite the data that has already been added to these images through GeoSetter. So I'm just going to do it the traditional. I was trying to use that new tool because it's a cloud-based tool. I'm not real crazy about it just because it seems a bit buggy when you connect to Google Drive. It might be better if you're doing it like by uploading the images from your desktop and then editing them and then downloading them again. That might be the case. But again, I'm just going to go back to what I'm used to doing, which is GeoSetter, which I've already done to add that specific data. And now I can go back through and either use GeoCetter again to optimize the files, individual files, or I can just do it via Windows. All right, so I'm going to show you both right now, and then you guys can determine which way you prefer. But for example, if I want to go using GeoCetter to do it, excuse me, let me open this back up, and we'll click on just this one image, and we'll double click on it, which will pull up the data right here. And here's where we can start adding the keywords. Okay, so under category, we could put, taxi service. Let's just do that. And then under keywords, you just want to add, I'm just going to put one keyword per image, guys. In fact, by the way, the category could have been, taxi service probably could have been appended or added to all of the images, right? Because that's the category. But maybe I want to switch it up and do like cab service next and then taxi cab service, right? So that it's just variations, just letting you know. So for the keywords, though, we're only going to do one at a time. So I just had one on the clipboard for Charlottesville Airport taxi service. So I'm going to go ahead and click enter, and you can see how it just pushes it down there. That's what we want. All right, and in supplemental categories, you can add stuff in there if you want, guys. I'm just going to leave it as is. All right, and then next thing, let's go to source description, object name. This is where we can, use the same as the file name if you want, or just, like I said, another variation. So I'm going to go ahead and stick with variations. So this one I'm going to do Charlottesville Albemarle Airport Taxi Service. Control C. I'm going to come back here, put that in as the object name. Yeah, it doesn't matter. So for headline, I'll just grab another version of that. And you guys see I'm using the airport taxi because that was the file name. So I'm going to go ahead and select all the keywords that kind of support that, right? So Charlotte, I'm going to not deal with any sort of airfare, or excuse me, cab fare stuff. Charlottesville taxi to airport. Go ahead and add that. And then for caption, we'll do the same thing. Taxi service right there, Control C. Okay, and I think those are the only sections we need to fill out. So categories, keywords, and then under source description. We can look at the other places too, but I don't think we need to add anything else. Custom view, date, nope. Contact, nope. So yep, that's it. So we just do location, excuse me, categories, keywords, and then under contact, excuse me, source description. I'm sorry, guys. All right, I'm going to go ahead and click OK. So that has been updated, but guys, you need to save these. So you can either do all at once at the end, or you can do it one at a time just to make sure that you don't forget, which is typically what I do. So I'm going to click Save Image, Save Changes, click OK. So now that should have been updated. So we can go through and do that. Each one of these images, guys, just grab, whatever the primary file name is now that it's been renamed. Like this one is Best Taxi Service in Charlottesville. So my guess would be that we would copy excuse me, that would actually be taxi service over here. So we would just use this set of keywords to optimize that image. All right, or we can do it via the details section inside of Windows, which is what I'll show you now. So Best Taxi Service in Charlottesville, VA. I'm going to right click that and go to Properties, and I'm going to go to Details. And we can do the same thing here again. Just start grabbing individual keywords from here. So let's say Taxi Service Charlottesville. Subject, we'll grab another one. Tags, I'm just going to grab one. So Taxi Service Charlottesville, VA. Just one tag is all we need. And then under comments, guys, usually, by the way, if I'm going to edit the individual data like this using Windows, then I'll add the NAP here. Just the way that it would be actually like listed in a blog post or something like that. So 22911. Let's get rid of that for now. Last one would be the maps listing. Like that. Okay. All right. So scroll down and see if there's anything else we want to add. No, everything looks good. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click apply. All right, so now you guys see it. That's basically it. You can either go through and add data by right-clicking, clicking properties, going to details, and you can walk through and add stuff in each one of the fields there that you want to add to, or you can just use GeoSetter. Excuse me, wrong thing. Or you can just use GeoSetter and do it one image at a time after you've added your default data for all the images. That's the quickest way I know how to do it, guys. Again, I tried to use the XFer so that I could show you guys, you know, how to use the tool, an online tool for that. However, I'm not real crazy about it. Maybe some of you guys will have better results with it if you actually upload the images to the tool and then kind of do all your editing and then download them again. I tried to do it via Drive and it seemed like it was a bit buggy, so I'm not real crazy about it. But I wanted to give you that option. So I'm going to optimize all these images and then we'll come back and add them to Google My Business.